Jam.
Yeah, man. Kinda did it with that, boy. That's
We on.
all right.
What's going on, man? It's another day in the 757. I got my man DJ Johnnie Dynamite in the house, man.
Man.
We got roots from Morehouse, the mighty Morehouse College.
Yeah, man. Funk Squad.
Funk Squad all day.
Funk Squad.
So, before we get started, bruh, because we got a lot to talk about, this man is doing amazing things out here on the DJ scene here in Atlanta and all over the nation. Probably international, man.
Hey,
International yet?
We trying to get there.
Oh, I know it's coming.
We trying to get
I
there.
know it's coming. First thing, man, you cheap in the drinking.
Yeah, we gonna drink, man.
All right, what you thinking about? You got a little Blade and Bow. We got a little Johnnie Walker Black, and I got some Woodford Reserve here.
Oh man, my man got some trophies over here. We gonna go with some of that Black Label.
Black Label.
Black Label.
My man. I love that Black Label. So we gonna go ahead and get pulled up, and y'all stay tuned. Now that we pulled up, got our Johnnie Walker Black. Cheers. Yes, sir. So let's get into it, man. Who is DJ Johnnie Dynamite?
DJ Johnnie Dynamite, man, is definitely a persona outside of John College. It's definitely that. DJ Johnnie Dynamite is a hip motivator, kind of producer, a solid DJ, open format DJ. And, I kind of call myself the workout DJ because when you come, man, you gonna definitely lose a couple pounds. Lose some weight.
A few pounds. I can do that. I need to go to a Johnnie Dynamite party right now. Yes, sir.
I done some weddings and some parties where the women come out them shoes, man. And cats had to unbutton that.
That tie got to be down over here.
Hey, man,
and that button got to be open.
We about to have a good time. Party rocker. Other than that, man, I got my own little thing going on, Vinyl and Vibes, and we just out here doing our thing, man. Living the dream and just, taking it one step at a time. So that's me, man. I've just been out here doing this thing. A lot of people feel like I just started DJing, not too long ago. But I really started when I was 12 years old. Quick story. My uncle got me into it. I came up in an era where Public Enemy was real tough, and I remember I had the cassette single, and I used to ride around on my little BMX bike playing that all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, my uncle at the time, God rest his soul, was a huge, like, record collector. Like, every time my parents had basement parties, which was every weekend, right, he was the DJ, right, and I would be on the stairs looking down. But anyway, one day I was playing Fight the Power, and he was washing his car. My uncle used to love Lincoln. I'll never forget that, man. And so he was washing his car, and I was playing Fight the Power, and he was like, "What's that you listening to?" And I was like,
"Oh, you didn't know he was
this Public Enemy." And he's like, "Man, that ain't." I almost cussed.
You can cuss.
Oh, he was like, "That shit," you know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Come here, I'm gonna show you something." So he took me in his basement, and he had this big, like, pull-out thing full of records. And he went in there and he pulled out a James Brown record. And it was the same bass line.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah,
wow. So then, I go get my 3 times dope, Funky Dividends, and then he goes in and pulls that out. And then, everything I'm like, whoa. So it introduced me to sampling. At that point in time, it was a lot, because in Chicago, I came up DJing house music. At that point in time, everybody was doing house music. Right. What I started doing was collecting, like, them old Isley Brothers that was sampled by Ice Cube and whoever else. And I started putting those together. I remember I had one tape deck and a turntable. And I would just play in between with my cassette singles and that. And so that's when I got into it. When I came to school, I couldn't DJ. And then when I graduated, I got back into it, and what made me say, okay, this is what I'm going to do is the response from the crowd. That's something that kind of put me there. And then I could never dance, man. So I always go to the parties, and I'd be like, man,
post it up.
Yeah, I noticed that the girls, they like the DJ. Yeah. So I was like, man, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? So I started studying and watching and paying attention. And then that's when I said, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So then we went on our separate paths doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? I went into the engineering world, and then as far as I know, I just saw you doing music, man. Like,
yeah, man.
which inspired the hell out of me because I was afraid to do it. No doubt. So take me back to when you finished at Morehouse, you know, and then you left out of there, and then you made the decision to get into music. How did you get into music and get into DJing first off, and then what kept you on task? Because we all know that is not easy.
Right. So went to Morehouse,
Yep.
and to be honest with you, I actually wanted to be a dentist. So you know, I started applying. Went to take the DAT, and you know. Yeah. So, you know, I got inducted or accepted to some post-bac programs, and I was just like, man, another 6 years, I don't know.
Yeah.
So at the time, I did get a corporate job, started working a little bit, but I've already been DJing.
Right.
But, you know, when I went to Morehouse, Mom was like, you leaving the turntables here. You know,
They want you to be distracted.
Right. So, you know, once I graduated, went to work, at the time it was MCI, and you know, I was working around a lot of young people, and we was all trying to find our way. I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get back into DJing, and Newmark had put out like a box set, you know, it was like $200, like some crappy turntables, junky mixer, and I said, I'm just gonna get that, and I'm just gonna start spinning again. Hooked up with my man Sebastian. Remember Sebastian?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And he at the time was A&R.
He's with Super Friends, right?
Yeah, he was Super Friends, but he was also plugged in with LaFace and a couple other places. So I hit him up, got some free records. I said, I'm gonna practice for, you know, about 6 months, then a year, and then I'm gonna get back out there. I got my setup, and you know, I was so excited. I'm starting to tell people at this time my name was Boogie Blaze. I don't know what I was thinking. I got booked to do a party. And I remember I got $50 to do the party, but this was before, you know, you could DJ with a laptop, but I spent about $200 on records. Yeah. But, you know, most people say that was a bad investment, but at the end of the day, that was the start. And after that, it was party after party after party after party. And then next thing I know,
those records were an investment.
Yeah, you know, but the next thing I know, you know, my shift at my job was 8 to 5.
There you go. Here we go.
And I'm getting home from doing parties at 3, 4 in the morning. Yep. My attendance suffered, and you know, it came to a point to where I was just like, you know, I got to make this jump. And we made the jump, and I mean, we here, man.
When was that roughly? What year?
Man, this is 19. I gotta say probably 2004, 2003, 2004. Now don't get twisted. And in between that time, I have jumped back in corporate America at times, you know, to bolster my income. But 2004 is kind of when the transition truly happened. And man, you know, it's peaks and valleys, but you know, we've been staying on course, and you know, it's happened for me, man. And one of the pinnacle things, I went to an Erykah Badu concert, and it was at the Tabernacle, and I'll never forget it. She got on the mic, unabated. She said something that kind of touched me, and she said, you know, it doesn't matter what age you are, your dream is always your dream. Go after your dream.
Thanks, Erykah.
Yeah, to this day. I mean, you know, every time, you know, it get kind of rough out there, I think about that, you know, and we here, man.
Yep. So I mean, in hip hop, you know, even with, you know, with Chance and Money Mo, the brass band, that's a jazz. So you know, you can pretty much play that whenever. But hip hop, you know, you start to think, am I too old?
Hey,
you know
man.
What I mean? But
hey, man. Yeah, you know.
Our generation started the shit. So,
yeah, man.
You know, so it's one of those things where you gotta, you know, you grow. It's growing.
True.
You know, hip hop is now grown.
True.
So now grown folks can do hip hop.
True.
Right?
True.
So, yeah, man. Now we know who DJ Johnnie Dynamite is, and we know what caused you to switch lanes and get into music. So you're doing it, and when you first got here, we talked about one of the most important things is relationships, right?
Sure.
So talk about some of the relationships that you've had as a DJ, and the difference between just yo, play my as opposed to having a real relationship. Is in the DJ world, in the Atlanta music world, how it plays into your success.
Okay. You know how you just said you can ramble.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try because I'm real passionate about this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it.
So One of the first DJs is a mutual friend of ours, which we both call brother.
No doubt.
DJ Finesse, Kenny O'Rourke.
What up, Kenny?
Forbes Hall, junior year. I remember I was on, I want to say the 4th floor or 3rd floor of Forbes Hall. 3rd floor.
Okay.
Kenny, at the time, was about 6 doors down. And I remember I had a chemistry class, I want to say with Dr. Gore. And I heard a cat like playing some Tribe Called Quest samples.
Yeah.
And it's one by a guy, but the name of the song is Red Clay. Jake Wilkins, I believe his name is. Okay. But it's the hey sucker nigga, whoever you are.
Oh, yeah.
And so I heard it and I'm waiting for the hey sucker nigga to come on, but it's not, and it's the sample. And I'm like, who in the hell is
you want to sing with it, man?
Right. So I'm like, who's playing that? So I'm, nobody's on the hall. So I just kind of walk down and I see this cat with his turntables on his desk and he's like going between both samples. And I find myself just standing there watching.
Yeah.
And he's in the zone. He finally looks over at me. And I'm like, hey man, he's like, I know who you is. So I come in there and I missed class that day. Oh,
passion, bro.
First relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get out of school.
That's organic.
Right.
That's organic.
Right. So we still talking about it. He goes off to law school. He's doing his thing, but he's also producing.
Yep.
I then come out and I meet the Rare Form DJ crew. Shout out to Apple Juice and Captain Mudfish through MySpace. I just reached out to him and said, hey man, let me, I'm a new up and coming DJ. Let me just open up for you guys. And they invite me to a spot called East Side Lounge, which is no longer here, to open up for them. I met them and I said, well, if that worked, I used to go to MJQ a lot.
Yep.
And they would have this guy named Rasta Root, Leon Liverpool, on Fridays. So I was like, well, it worked for me to get with Red Form. Let me reach out on MySpace. Reached out, Rasta Root invited me out to come to the booth with him.
Right.
Established a great relationship to this day. That's like my brother.
Okay.
From there, he let me play Face Off Friday once.
Okay.
And it was crazy. The doors at MJQ open at 10.
Yeah.
He told me I could play from 10 to 10:30. Now, MJQ, if you haven't been there before, people don't get there till midnight.
Yep.
So he gives me this opportunity, man, and I get there and I'm like going hard. Like it's packed. Like I'm going acting like it's packed. I'm just going hard.
Yeah.
I get off. My wife now, she's my girlfriend at the time, taking all these pictures, and so he's like, man, it's nobody here. The bartenders are here. But I was just like, this is what I want to do.
And you never know who's watching.
And granted, because at that point in time, it's like a mutual respect came between us, because he was like, this guy is playing like he's playing for thousands.
Yeah, buddy.
So fast forward a little bit, I met JC, I met other, different people. Yep. Rasta Root happened to be one of the people that helped put together One Music Fest. I helped him out a couple of years.
I've been a patron.
Carrying stuff, hanging posters. Yeah. Next thing I know, he hits me up. He's like, Johnny, I got a spot for you. I want you to do one of the little pop-up stages.
I remember when you did that. I remember your post and everything.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like appreciative. I'm not even on a flight. Nah, I'm setting up at a little small stage. Bruce is like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm setting up. And he was like, nah, come on. So I'm like, what? So we're walking, because you've been to One Music Fest, it's usually 3 stages. We're walking across the field to this big stage, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he's smiling, and I'm just like, what in the hell? And he was like, you're opening for Anderson .Paak.
Woo!
What you smoking now? What you smoking now?
Yes, sir.
So I get up there and I'm doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Just getting the mode, trying not to pay attention to the thousands of people in front of me. Yeah. Kenny's up front, because that's like my critic, so he's up front.
Yeah.
And then I'll never forget, man, I dropped doing the butt, and everybody, oh! I promise, like my locks was like this. You know what I'm saying?
Energy.
Man, and after that, I was like, give me the mic. And I'm just going crazy. After that, it was over with, man. I mean, I got to do Bonnaroo. Shout out to my man Kerosene. So, if you ever heard of Griselda Records, I opened up I did the set for Westside Gun, Conway the Machine, and Benny the Butcher, who just got signed by Jay-Z's label, Rock Nation. And then after that, man, I mean, it was just crazy, like the opportunities that came. So, just the connections that were made through relationships, and none of these relationships was like, hey man, you know, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me?
Right.
It was just based off of just being
Just
cool,
being,
man, and
yeah.
just hanging out with young artists. Like I said, I mean, you know, I do probably 2 open mics a week at my residency in East Atlanta Village at iLounge Atlanta. And I get young artists that come to me all the time, man, like, hey man, play my music, let me follow you on Instagram,
Please
this, that,
listen
and
to my
everything
demo.
else. Yeah, you know.
Please listen to my demo.
And, you know, my thing to them is like, you know, it's professional the way to do it, you know. And then number 2, like, do you know who I am? Have you even looked me up on Instagram? My Instagram is everywhere, man. You know, if somebody wanted to find me, my phone number, everything is out there, you know, because I'm very transparent. But, you know, it's all about relationships. It's not about what you can get. It's about
and respecting who's there before you, right?
Right. You know, I mean, yeah, I can play trap, you know, but that's not what I consistently do. So if you a trap artist, you coming to me to play your music, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother, I could probably play your music every 2 weeks. You know, that's what I'm doing, the trap party. Right. I'm more open format. Now, if you're an Afrobeat artist, I'm barking up the right tree. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, you sent me your stuff, man. We go way back. I'm able to play your stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's about the level of respect that you have and putting yourself out there in a great way. And it don't take money. You know what I'm saying? I done had people come to me with CDs.
Because really, if you help break an artist, that artist gonna come and look out for you anyway.
Look at the baby. Look at Lil Baby. You know, you talk to DJ Toomp, another one of my buddies, man, he'll tell you stories about T.I. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't overnight, but you know what I'm saying, it took a little time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. It's about relationships, and just like, you know, me and you building this right here.
Yep.
You know, Kenny with his Musicarium, and, you know, Vinyl and Vibes, what I'm doing. All of that is relationships.
Yeah, bro. That I respect the fact that you've been doing this way longer than me as far as being out there in the mix, man. You actually out there getting your hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? I've been producing and doing little things here and there. I had my salsa band, but nothing was really, I never put the damn wheels to the ground.
But let me say this, man, not to cut you off. One thing, man, I truly believe in giving people their flowers while they're here. Okay? We're going to talk about that in a minute when we get the Vinyl and Vibes, but just to give you your props, man, I remember when I went out for band, I was kind of what you call, I guess, non-traditional. You had been in the band from freshman year.
Yeah.
I always admired HBCU band. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to the football games just to see y'all march in the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? So my junior year, I decided to do it. So I remember talking to you and Ed.
That was brave.
You know what I'm saying?
That was
I remember
brave
talking, right. I talked to you and Ed, and y'all talked to Mr. Turner at the time.
Danny P, what it is, man?
Yeah. And I said, yeah, come on out. And I remember going inside the band room. Mr. Turner was like, we're going to let you audition. Now, mind you, I can't read music.
Yeah.
And I went over there to get the snare drum. And Aaron, he was like, what you doing? He was like, no, you get that big old bass drum.
What's up, E-double?
Yeah. So I get the bass drum, I play it. Next thing I know, I'm getting fitted for a uniform and everything. But this is the thing. I'm a junior. I'm basically a crab with a whole bunch of freshmen. So, you know, but I say all that to say, man, I respect what you did, because pretty much all of our cadences that we were playing were put together by you and Aaron.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is when I go back now to visit, they still playing a lot of them cadences, man.
Yeah.
So I always respected what you did as far as musicality and all that. And I used to always be like, yeah, that man he gonna make some noise. You know what
I appreciate that, bro. Like, I never knew that, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, that's the reason why I graduated, 99?
Yeah.
And that next year when I was working over at MCI, I remember I used to come back to Marcus in the band after I graduated. You know what I'm saying? Just to be there on Saturday, because I'm like, yo, I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So much,
it's special, man. It's special. It's special, bro. It's special. Man. And shout out to the Folk Squad, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. All my sons out there, what's up? This one of them.
Yeah. Trey Wallace too, man. He doing his thing in DC.
Yo, man.
Trey Wallace, man.
So many, man. So many. Oh gosh. So many.
Yada.
Yada doing his thing. I ran into Marcus all the time when I go to ASCAP. That man doing his thing. He was on Empire.
Right.
For some time, bro, it's just all kinds of stuff going on, and bro, we could all just link out and grab each other, bro. I guarantee you, we're gonna all get to the top.
Oh yeah,
all together. Because there's a lot of talent, a lot of connections, and the relationships.
Relationships, man.
Real
relationships is real. That's your way to go. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I liken it to the NBA, man. You can have a good jump shot. I can have a good jump shot. But at the end of the day, if I know that man on a better level than you, who's going to the league first?
The one I know. The one I know. The one I sat down and had a drink with.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's very important in relationships. I hope some young artist or someone, not even young, man, it's people that's my age that's trying to get their first thing going. So I hope somebody understood that and took that in, because that's major. That's major up and coming. Like, what, as far as DJ, strictly on the technical side, what would you tell an up and coming DJ? What's important now?
Well, what's important now is understanding your craft. Because you know, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I had a couple drinks, man. But everybody's a DJ, man. You put together about $4,000-$5,000, go get you a MacBook, get you a little controller. Yeah, go on YouTube, rip off YouTube, whatever the hottest songs are, and go to a club and do your thing. Respect the craft though, because you know, as many DJs that are seasoned in the game like myself, you know, when you just starting are willing to go to a club and do an 8-hour parties for $75 open bar, I mean, you know, you're not only devaluing yourself, but you're devaluing what we do. And that's why you have people like Paris Hilton as DJs and some of these Instagram models as DJs. Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of sickening, because I remember when cats was carrying crates. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not an old fogey, but respect the craft, respect what it is. That's a great segue into what I'm doing, this thing called Vinyl and Vibes.
Yeah, just get into it.
So Vinyl and Vibes is an event we do monthly, but I do monthly with my buddy Tremonte Thomas. And basically what we do is we bring older DJs to come in, or even just seasoned DJs, I'm gonna stop saying older, to play vinyl records.
Old ass.
Right. Play vinyl records in a setting where it's audibly, visually, and physically stimulating to the entire audience, but centered on the DJ. You come to my event, there's a vendor there selling soaps and incenses and used records. We got a caterer up here, we got hookah bar right here. Everything is there for you so you can enjoy it. But I'm going to have you in there, and you're not only going to hear a DJ JC, a Kerosene, a DJ Precise, the Wax Fundamentals crew, like all of these superstar DJs. We've even had Kemet and Salah. Yeah. You're not going to just hear them, and even Jamad, but you are also going to hear newer DJs like Charismatic, DJ Blue, because they're going to play in between the main DJs. It's a free event, but what it does is it brings it together, because a lot of the older DJs, you know, they don't like the new DJs because they feel like they, you know, they not paying their dues. My thing is to bring them together. So I'm gonna put JC in the same room as a Charismatic.
Yes, sir. That's the way you do it.
JC can hear Charismatic, give her some pointers, and then Charismatic can go over there and shake him his hand when she's used to probably seeing him on the One Music stage or seeing him in an element, right, where she can't get to. So that's what Vinyl and Vibes does. We've been very successful. We did a birthday party for JC, and that was probably the biggest one that we did, man. But you know, relationships. Yeah. When we were doing that, one of my partners was like, "Yeah, man, JC know a lot of celebrity DJs. You know, I wonder is it a way we can get them to send him some birthday shout-outs?" I reached out to Red Alert. Red Alert sent me something. I got his number. Jazzy Jeff, the Beat Junkies. I mean, just on and on and on. That sent me videos and didn't ask me for a dime. See, that's where relationships go. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is, man. Like, you know, trying to bridge the gap so that the younger people know. Because, I mean, you know, I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, me too, dog. Yeah.
I'm not trying.
I ain't scared to say
Yeah, I'm 43. So I'm not trying to be spinning Megan Thee Stallion at 55 in the club.
Right.
You know, I want to open the door for some younger cats to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm still going to benefit monetarily from it.
Yes.
But
as you must, man.
But yeah, man, that's what it's about, brother.
Yeah.
What you gotta have in your crate.
Wait, do they even carry crates?
Well, it's digital.
It's like, yeah,
It's a
yeah,
digital
yeah.
crate. It's a
They got
digital
some
crate.
old cats probably still carrying some
I mean,
crates.
hey, when I go do, listen, we was just talking about the whole digital thing. We were sitting at the cameraman. When I do parties, I'm on the digital side, but I still got a couple records off in my car, in my backpack, because if that thing crash, I gotta be ready.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, hell, I done carried crates for Ken.
Yeah, man.
Plenty of
Yeah,
time.
man. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, he know all the way from high school, bro.
Man, you been in Ken's basement?
Yo, me dog.
Yeah, you been in Ken's basement?
Yeah, I've been in there. Yeah. Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Ken's basement is ridiculous, man.
Man, we got to get an episode with the three of us, dog.
Yeah, we got
I
to.
could have been like, yo,
Yeah.
you know, but
Because we did get hazed.